Alright, welcome back everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. My name is Pratesh here with Kaizen Crypto. Today's date is August 1st, and in this video I wanted to bring you guys an update on a few bits of information. Here we're going to be talking about Bitcoin passing a new milestone, reaching 85% of its total supply being mined, as well as the Litecoin block reward happening in just a few days. Here we are. I think we're at going to be 3 days now. Yeah, a little bit more than 3 days till the Litecoin block reward halving. And what does that mean for Litecoin? As well as we're going to be taking a look at the Bitcoin chart. Where are we right now? What can we expect in the days ahead? Alright guys, if you are interested in that type of content, be sure to smash that like button. Let's get into it. Here today, we're taking a look at the market. Bitcoin is leading the charge. It is up 3.5%. Right now the price is just above 10K. A lot of these altcoins still getting flushed out relative to Bitcoin. With a lot of these altcoins, I would say that, you know, when the price does eventually start to shift, so the momentum is flowing into these alts, I think we're going to start to see a lot of them popping off, but that is not happening just quite yet. You know, Bitcoin's still leading the way. We shall see in the next few days whether we are able to continue the upward momentum. It's looking very healthy in the charts here. We're going to be taking a look at that in just a moment. So the first bit I wanted to share with you guys, Bitcoin passes a new milestone as the network mines 85% of its total supply. Now with Bitcoin, we know that there is a fixed supply. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins ever mined. Now a large percentage of the Bitcoins that are held in addresses have been lost. And that's to say that the owners of those private keys no longer have those private keys. So it's very interesting that the limited supply of Bitcoin, now with the block reward happening for Bitcoin coming in 2020, May of 2020, that is going to dramatically shift the scarcity. I mean, Bitcoin is already a very scarce asset, but now with these institutional players and big money coming into the space, that is really going to push the scarcity factor of this already limited asset. So let's go ahead and read a few key points here in this article. So to start, it's saying Bitcoin now has 85% of its supply in circulation as of August 1st, leaving just 3.15 million new coins for the next 120 years. So let's see here. It says, as a result, due to the number of coins awarded to miners per block decreasing over time, the remaining supply will only be unlocked in the year 2140. Bitcoin has a total fixed supply of 21 million units. So the last Bitcoin to be mined is another 120 years away. All right, so scarcity is about to kick in. The crypto trading account known as Rhythm on Twitter commented on the event. The current Bitcoin supply means only a maximum of 17.850 million people can own an entire coin. In reality, however, some of the existing mined supply is not in circulation and never will be, as users lose access to private keys. So estimates, such as those from blockchain research firm Chainalysis in 2017, have put the proportion of these lost coins at up to 4 million, or over 20% of the total supply. So what does this mean with the upcoming halving? So looking forward, May 2020 will see the next reduction in miner payouts from 12.5 Bitcoin to 6.25 Bitcoin per block, an event which analysis consistently state will produce Bitcoin price increases. Among those subscribing to the theory is analysis FilbFilb, who last month forecast that Bitcoin USD would not dip below 6,500 again thanks to miner support. In general, in the run-up to the halving, miners will exert considerably more influence over the Bitcoin price, he said. Competition among miners is already fierce since Bitcoin began booming in 2019. As Cointelegraph noted, both network hash rate and difficulty continue to set new records as activity makes Bitcoin even more secure for its users. So, the network for Bitcoin is becoming increasingly more secure. The value of the network is becoming more secure as these institutional players begin to offer custodial solutions for big money. So very interesting to see. Now on that note as well, the Litecoin Halving is going to be coming up in just a few days. Charlie Lee is announcing that he will be cutting the mining rewards in half for the first time in 4 years. So that's very exciting news, and this is pretty much right around the time that the Federal Reserve has decided to cut interest rates. So the Federal Reserve came out, I believe it was today or yesterday, and they had cut the interest rate by 1/4 percentage point. So now what does this mean for the macroeconomic outlook? Essentially, with the US dollar being a fiat currency, what they're going to do by lowering interest rates is make it cheaper for people to borrow money. So when they do this, essentially they are flooding the economy with liquidity, right? Now, with this extra liquidity that is floating around in the global economy, there are more dollars essentially because it is easier for banks and borrowers to lend and borrow money. What this does is it dilutes the value of the dollar. It erodes the purchasing power because there are more dollars being created. They have to print it. Or in this case, with it being digital, it's probably just zeros typed into a computer. So that is essentially what is the effect of the federal funds, or I'm sorry, not the federal funds, the Federal Reserve cutting rates. So now this is the exact opposite of what we will be seeing here with Litecoin, with Bitcoin. These are real scarce assets. These are digital assets that have a fixed supply. There is no more than 21 million. And how many is it for Litecoin, guys? Help me out. Let's see here. So there are currently 63 million circulating supply of Litecoin. The max supply of Litecoin is 84 million. There will only ever be 84 million Litecoin in existence. So with that, guys, let's take a look. Last little bit I have for you guys, and then I'll let you guys go. We're going to be taking a look at the price chart for Bitcoin. Now, essentially what I've got drawn here, not to make it too overwhelming, we're just looking at a few key indicators. One thing I noticed, I've got the MACD pulled up down here. We're seeing the MACD coming up from being very oversold. We were oversold here, and we can see a MACD cross has just happened on the daily time frame. So we are ticking towards the positive here on the MACD. RSI has been able to make a break above this horizontal line of resistance. And we can see here that we are right now respecting this 0.5 Fibonacci on the longer term time frame. So what does this mean? Essentially, I think we're going to be able to bounce around here in this range, maybe touching around about 10K, using 10K as like a bouncing off point. And I would think that the next key level of resistance to look for is going to be right around here, right around this 11.5, 11.8K. So that is going to be my upside target. Downside target, I would look to find support here right at around 9K. I'm thinking that, the price most likely being that we are in an upwards trajectory right now. If we do spill over and head back towards the downside, trading here in this range, I would look to find support around the 9K region. So, alright guys, well that is pretty much what I have for you here. Very excited for the Litecoin block reward halving, 3 days and counting. So I will be keeping you guys informed with more cryptocurrency news and updates. If you guys found value in this video, please be sure to drop a like. It definitely helps me out. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned for future videos. Alright you guys, till next time, cheers.